you have to be comfortable with failing. This is a topic I sort of talked about in my early Internet's Kuya days. Go check that video if you haven't yet. But this is something that I've had to really come to terms with and accept in my recent years. So a quick little story time. Summer going into my junior year, I got a journalism internship where I was a photographer. So we were assigned photo projects. And my mentor, let me tell you, she humbled the out of me, bro. She was very brutally honest with the way my photos look. And honestly, going into that internship, I really thought I was him. I really thought I was that guy. I thought I was this amazing photographer. And she really knocked me down a peg when she gave me her honest feedback about my photos. Now, in that moment, it definitely hurt. It definitely hurt. And at the time, I wasn't really willing to listen to what she had to say because, like I said, I thought I was that guy. But as the internship was sort of progressing, I was really struggling with the story I was assigned to, and I had to really swallow my ego and my pride in order to reach out to her and tell her, hey, this isn't going well, I need your help. Unfortunately, we had to come to the conclusion that we had to scrap the idea that I had and transition to another one. Honestly, looking back at that experience, I'm really thankful for it because for one thing, it gave me a huge ego death. I really needed to be humbled and knocked down a peg so I could really listen to her advice and improve myself as a photographer and a person. But also, it started to make me be okay with failing. That was honestly one of the first failures I had, that whole story idea falling through, because I was really struggling with it and I was making no progress on it. But because I was so scared of failure, I didn't want to let go, and I held on to my pride just to try and make it work when honestly that story was doomed to fail. And when I tell you, like, that failure hurt like crazy, that was honestly the first time I think I ever really failed at something, and I was very devastated by it. But my mentor, she helped me pick myself up and transition and move forward. And that was when I really started to learn that failure is inevitable, not just in like pursuing your goals and your passions, like in every aspect of your life. You are going to make wrong decisions. You are going to make the wrong choice sometimes. You're going to make the wrong call when it comes to certain things. And I feel like some people aren't prepared to take that failure, and it just hurts them even more. In that video I kind of talked about earlier, I said, failure sucks, but it's inevitable. It's gonna be a part of your life. It's always gonna be there. If you live a life without failure, you're either perfect or you're not living your life, and no one on this world is perfect. I honestly believe that we need to fail at a lot of things in life because of the character development it gives you. I mean, look at the story I just told you guys with my story failing and really humbling my ego and my pride. That was very helpful for me, and it was a defining moment that made me who I am today. You have to be comfortable with the idea of failure and be willing to learn from your failures as well. Because if you're just failing over and over and over again in your life and you make no changes, you're insane. And we all know the definition of insanity. And I'm not saying expect failure in everything you do and try. What I'm saying is you have to go out there and try new things. You have to go out there, live your life, do all these things you want to do, but be comfortable with the idea that not that it's going to fail, but it might fail. And if it does fail, you have to accept your shortcomings. You have to see where you went wrong and really use that to improve your life. I also said for that video on the Internet's Kuya that you'll never truly grow as a person if you don't go through those failures in life. And with that, I believe comes with being comfortable with the idea of failure. And don't get me wrong, just because you're comfortable with the idea of failure doesn't mean you're not trying hard enough. It doesn't mean you're not putting enough effort. It's just that sometimes things are going to fail no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how much time you invest, no matter how much energy you put into it. Some things are going to fail and you have to be okay with that. And what matters the most is taking your experience from those failures, taking what you learn from it, and using it for next time or using it for something different and change your outcome. You're never gonna be guaranteed success and vice versa, and you're never gonna be guaranteed failure. Now, obviously you wanna win, you wanna succeed, but with all that success will come failure, and you have to be okay with the inevitable failures that come with all the successes in your life. I feel like it's better off to be disappointed by the things you tried and failed than by regretting the chances you never took. You're better off living with the failures in your life than living with the regret of never actually trying at all. Anyways, hope this video made sense. If you disagree or have something to say, please feel free to voice your opinion. I'd really love to hear your point of view on this, and hope to see you guys in the next video.